Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a kind and beautiful girl named Cinderella. She lived with her cruel stepmother and two jealous stepsisters who treated her like a servant. While they wore fine clothes and went to parties, Cinderella was made to do all the household chores. One day, the king announced a grand royal ball where the prince would choose his bride. Cinderella was excited, but her stepmother refused to let her go. Instead, they gave her even more work to do. Heartbroken, Cinderella sat alone in the garden and began to cry. Suddenly, a fairy godmother appeared. She waved her magic wand and transformed Cinderella's old dress into a beautiful gown. She turned a pumpkin into a golden carriage and mice into fine horses. However, the magic would only last until midnight. The fairy godmother warned Cinderella to return before then. At the ball, everyone was amazed by Cinderella's beauty, including the prince, who immediately fell in love with her. They danced together all night. But as the clock struck midnight, Cinderella remembered the fairy godmother's warning. She quickly ran away, losing one of her glass slippers on the palace steps. The next day, the prince searched for the owner of the slipper. He went to every house in the kingdom until he arrived at Cinderella's home. Her stepsisters tried to force their feet into the slipper, but it didn't fit. When Cinderella tried, it fit perfectly. The prince knew she was the one and asked her to marry him. Cinderella's kind heart and patience were finally rewarded. She married the prince and lived happily ever after. Moral of the story: kindness, patience, and goodness always win in the end.